Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's going on? What's going on? TikTok family, what's going on? What's going on? Hey, what's up, Maywood? So good to see you. Brian, what's going on? Nitro, my brother, what's going on? What is going on? What is going on? Hey, what's up, Alice? So good to see you. What's going on? April's in the building. What's up, April? Big homie, what's going on? Good morning, good morning. Destiny's in the building. What's up, Destiny? So good to see you, mama. What's up, Ash? So good to see you. So good to see you all. Susie Sue, what's going on? Gina's in the building. What's going on? Cotton's in the building. What's up, Cotton? Got my Ava in the building. Ava, you've been kind of MIA a little bit. Mr. K and P, what's going on? Here to serve, my brother. What's going on? So good to see you. Daily Dose. What's up, mama? So good to see you. Northern's in the building. Jania's in the building. What's going on? Come on, Slater. Slater said it's time to get real. Slater said it's time to get real. Got my Lynn in the building. I know it's going to be a good morning. I love you too, Danny. I love you too. So good to see you. So good to see you. So happy you're here. Remember, all is well. All is well. All is well. TikToker. So good to see you. So good to see you all. So good to see you all. Rocco. Got Rocco in the building. What's up, Rocco? So good to see you. Sefe, my brother. What's going on? Tanisha's in the building. Oh, yeah, I know we get ready to slay. Yeah. Our community is something is something special, and it's changing, growing, and evolving every single day. We really do have something special. It's bigger than me. It's taking on a life of its own, and that's a beautiful, 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 beautiful thing. Yeah, Destiny said, ready for that fire. You already know. If you can't handle the truth, you might want to go to the next live. If you are one of those kind of people that can't handle the truth, you may want to swipe. Let me just encourage you to scroll past right now while you still have time. If the truth is something you are not prepared to hear, this is not the live for you. Because you will never become the most powerful version of yourself if you keep living out of your illusions and your fantasies and the stories that you create in your mind regarding how you think things should be. So if you're not prepared to hear the truth, I promise you this is not the live, and I won't be offended. Just, Coach, I couldn't handle it. I had to go where they were telling me what I wanted to hear versus what I needed to hear. Big homie, I appreciate that. Paulina's in the building. What's up, Paulina? Sir Presley, good morning, good morning, good morning, my brother. Good morning, good morning. My family my brother on the other side of the world right there. MB, what's going on? Remember the mindset today. What worries you masters you. Don't ever forget that. What worries you masters you. How does it master me, Coach? Because it's the dominating thing in your mind. If you worry, there's no way that happiness can be there, because happiness and worry can't exist in the same moment. So what worries you masters you. And whatever it is that you're avoiding right now is in control of you. Whatever you're avoiding right now is in control of you. You think you're in control of the thing because you're avoiding it. No, if you're avoiding it, it's because this thing has some power over you. It's because this thing is causing you to shrink. It's causing you to show up small. It's causing you to not speak your truth. It's causing you to not show up as the most powerful version of you. That's why you're avoiding it. What you avoid controls you. What worries you masters you. That's just a sip it, don't drink it type of situation. Anything that you're avoiding right now, whether that's some difficult conversation with your significant other, whether that's a conversation that you need to have with your friend, but you don't have it, whether that's something that someone said to you and you don't want to say anything back, somebody that's bothering you at work, some coworker that keeps saying things to you that's out of alignment with who you are, anything that you avoid controls you. You are not in control of the thing. You shrink in the face of the thing. That's why you avoid it. And to your ego has you convinced that because you're avoiding the thing that you're in control. No, the thing that you avoid controls you. I'm doing well. I'm doing well, Section 8. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Nothing should have power over you. Nothing. I don't give a damn what it is. Nothing should have power over you. God aside, nothing should have power over you. Nothing should have that much power over you where you're not showing up as the most authentic version of yourself. Because when you show up as the most authentic version of yourself, you give other people permission to show up as the most authentic version of themselves. When you fake it, they're faking it too. When you show up as who you are, they show up as who they are. It's all predicated on you. When you show up to the moment as the most powerful version of yourself, as the most authentic version of yourself, you give other people permission to be themselves. Everybody relaxes now. There's no more stress. There's no more anxiety. But when you show up faking, when you show up pretending, when you show up being what the moment wants you to be versus being who God created you to be, you now everybody's tense. Everybody starts pretending because you're pretending. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Hey, what's up, D? So good to see you. So good to see you, Mama. So good to see you. So good to see you. All right, let's get busy. Let's get the likes up so that we can get the medicine out. You guys know what I say. Get the likes up so that we can get the medicine out. Why? Because the world needs self-awareness. That's why we're all suffering. The world needs self-awareness. That's why we're all suffering. Not all of us, but the majority. Yeah, so let's get the likes up so that we can get the medicine out. That part right there, T. That part right there, T. You said something right there. That should be on a t-shirt right there. We all need it. And the moment you say you don't need it, you're the very person that needs it the most. Again, those that say do not know, and those that know do not say. The self-aware person, you're going to walk right past that person. You won't even know that they're self-aware. Why? Because they can't describe with words what they are. That person that's telling you that they're self-aware, oh yeah, I'm already self-aware. That's the very person that's not self-aware. Because the self-aware person has nothing to prove to you. They have nothing to prove to you. They're not seeking your external validation. So those that know do not say, and those that say do not know. So that person that you walk up to and you ask that person, hey, are you self-aware? Yeah, I'm self-aware. That's the very person that's not self-aware. Just take off walking in the other direction. Right there when you, as soon as that person say, yeah, just take off walking in the other direction. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Mr. Big, my brother. What's going on? Sending love to you all. You guys are all amazing. I'm lucky to have access to you. I'm lucky to have access to you. It's not the other way around. I'm lucky to have access to you. But don't just carry that energy when it comes to me. Carry that energy when it comes to every single person that you come in contact with. Every single person is lucky to have access to you. And it's not based on your circumstances. It's not based on your financial position. It's not based on who you are in this moment. It has nothing to do with any of that. Every single person is lucky to have access to you. And you have failed them if you don't make that abundantly clear. All right, let's get busy. None of that's about what the live is about, so let's get busy. Let's get into this live. That's what I'm talking about. That part right there. Hey, girly girl. That part right there. That part right there. Let's get busy. I'm lucky to have access to you just so that there's no misunderstandings, because you are an original copy of God's best and highest creation. The self-aware person knows that. The self-aware person can do no wrong because the self-aware person understands what you are. They would never hurt you. They would never manipulate you. They would never take advantage of you. They would never decrease you in any way. They would never disrespect you. None of that. Because they know what you are. They know that the moment they disrespect you, they're disrespecting God. We don't get to pretend once we become self-aware. We don't get to pretend. See, the person that lacks self-awareness, God's not scoring you on that because he understands that you don't know what you are as of yet. So he's not holding you accountable for that, which is why I tell you guys all the time, stop punishing yourself for everything you've done wrong in your sleep state. Stop punishing yourself for all of the mistakes and failures you made when you were yesterday's version of you. Stop doing that. He's not looking at you through that filter. Only you are. And some of you guys aren't making moves in life right now because you're so concerned with what someone else is going to think about you. You're so concerned with public perception. You're so concerned with what the other people are thinking about you. People are thinking about themselves. They're not thinking about you like that. But your ego has you convinced that because you think about you all the time, you think that everyone else is thinking about you as well, and they're not. That's your ego that has tricked you into believing that. God does not care about the mistakes and the failures and your sins that you've committed in your sleep state. Why would you punish yourself for something that you did wrong when you were asleep? That makes no sense. Makes no sense. Sin in awareness simply means that you are out of alignment with him. That's it. You didn't let somebody trick you into believing that you're going to this place and you're going to that place and this is going to happen to you and that's going to happen to you. Sin in awareness simply means that you are out of alignment with God. You are out of alignment with your divine essence. And anytime that you are out of alignment with your divine essence, anything can go wrong. That's it. You didn't let somebody trick you into believing that you're going to some place or something bad is getting ready to happen to you. So you walking around feeling all of this shame and guilt. No, the being disconnected from God is punishment enough. What you mean? What's worse than that? Being disconnected from him is punishment enough. And he knows that. So you need to set down yesterday's version of you, set down your programming and conditioning, stop punishing yourself for who you used to be and focus on who you are becoming. And stop giving people's opinions about you so much weight. People don't even have a high opinion of themselves. Why would you be worried about what they think about you? You seeking validation from people that can't even validate themselves. Make that make sense. Hey, what's up, Stacy? So good to see you, mama. You seeking validation from people that can't even validate themselves. You seeking belief from people that don't even believe in themselves. You're seeking love from people that don't even love themselves. You're seeking respect from people that have no respect for themselves. How can someone give you what they're not consistently willing to give themselves? And then here's what's worse. When that person fails to give you that, you take it as a sign that they don't love you. You take it as a sign that they don't respect you. You take it as a sign that they don't value you. They don't value themselves. They ain't got nothing to do with you. I can't give you what I can't even give me. I've been pretending that I love myself. I've been pretending that I believe in myself. I've been pretending that I show up for myself when I'm in your presence. I've been pretending the whole time. But when you're not around, I doubt myself. When you're not around, I don't love myself. When you're not around, I don't show up for myself. But the moment you come around, I start pretending. You're buying people's trailer to the movie. Man, you got to look at their behind the scenes reel, because the behind the scenes reel is ugly. You won't even want to have anything to do with the movie once you see what's going on behind the scenes, once you see what's happening with that person when no one else is around. Who are they when no one else is there? Who do they become when they're not motivated? Who do they become when they're not loving themselves and not inspired? Because that's who you're in a relationship with. You're not in a relationship with the version of them that's pretending. That's the version of you that you bought. You bought that version of them. That's why the relationship fell apart, because you bought the wrong version of the person. You bought the person that showed up pretending to believe in themselves, pretending to love themselves, pretending to show up for themselves, pretending to have all this faith in themselves and have it all together. 6 months later, a year later, you finding out that the reality of who they are doesn't fit the version of them that they sold you in the beginning. Tell the truth. Truth is at the door. Truth is knocking at the door right now. Truth is knocking at the door. We're going to open the door. We're going to leave truth outside. Come on, Kia. We got to let them know. The only person that you have ever lost that you needed back was you. I said the only person that you have ever lost that you needed back was you. Not your ex, not that friend, not the people on social media. You don't lose people. You lose yourself. Trying to impress people. Trying to be what everyone else needs you to be. That's what you lose. You lost you. You didn't lose a person. We lose ourselves trying to hang on to people. That's when you lost you. We lose ourselves transforming into a version of ourselves that we think that person needs us to be for them. You stopped being you right in that moment. You became everything for them, nothing for you. I said the only person you ever lost and needed back was you. You are your greatest treasure. Stand on that. Not the relationship. You are the best gift you have ever received. Not that relationship, not your circle of friends, not the people that you are close to. The greatest gift that you have ever received is you. You haven't even fully unwrapped the gift called you. You're still meeting you. But it's going to be hard for you to meet you as long as you keep adding all these people to your life. Why? Because what's required for you to unlock the most powerful version of yourself, you got to give to these people. I got to give you my time. I got to give you my energy. I got to give you my attention. I got to give you all of the best resources. Well, guess what? That's exactly what you need. God is saying, if you would just focus on you for half your life, if you would just focus on you for the next 365 days, if you would just focus on unlocking the version of you that I created, and whatever falls off in the process of you doing that was never meant to be in your life. If you lose someone because you speak your truth, they were never designed to be in your life. If you lose someone because you show up as the most powerful version of you, they were never meant to be in your life. We don't lose people. We only lose ourselves. Trying to impress people, trying to be what they need us to be. That's who you lost. The only person you ever lost and needed back is you. That's who we got to go hunt for. We looking for you. I'm not looking for the person you're trying to add to your life. I'm looking for you. You have to be on the hunt for who you have yet to become. That part right there, her. That part right there. When you bring certain people into your life, the only thing that gets broken is your expectations, not your heart. I said, when you bring certain people in and out of your life, the only thing that gets broken is your expectations, not your heart. You place certain expectations on that person that they didn't live up to. And when they didn't live up to those expectations, your emotions in that moment were shattered. Not because it had anything to do with how much that person loved you. What you have to understand is that people don't have the ability to consistently live up to your expectations. Why? Because most people struggle to live up to their own. I can't live up to my own expectations. How am I live up to my expectations and yours at the same time? Which is why expectations is the mother of suffering. You don't place expectations on people. You place expectations on yourself, because you're not going to punish you if you don't live up to the expectation. But the moment that someone else doesn't live up to the expectation, you punish yourself. You don't punish them. You punish you. And then you take that as a sign. Oh, they must not love me that much, coach. They must not care about me that much. No, people have a hard enough time living up to their own expectations. They really do. People struggle with that. They want to be the most powerful version of themselves, but that requires work. It requires a level of discipline that most people aren't willing to deposit. Expectations are the mother of suffering. The only reason why people hurt you is because you give them the power to hurt you, because you keep placing expectations on people. Let people be who they are. So you got to do. Why not just enjoy the person? Why do you need this person to be all of these things for you? Just enjoy the person. That's what you do with the dog. That's what you do with everything else in nature. When you go to the ocean, you don't try to change the ocean. You don't need the ocean, the water to change colors. I need the sand to change colors. I need this to change. You don't do any of that. You accept the ocean exactly as it is. When you go out in nature, you don't say, oh, I need these trees to be over here and I need these flowers to be over here. You don't do that. You just accept those things as they are. But when it comes to people, when we add people to our lives, all of a sudden we want this person to change. The person is no different than nature. They can't change. They are already who they are. We don't change in life. We evolve. We transform. We don't change. We only transform. And that's what you need to understand, because the moment that you need that person to change for you, let me tell you what you're doing in case you don't realize it. The moment that you need that person to change for you, what you're signaling to them is that who you are in this moment is not enough for me. That's what you're signaling. You're signaling who you are in this moment is not enough for me. So you reject the version of them that's showing up in that moment. And then you want this person to transform to be what you want them to be so that you can be happy. That's not awareness. That's your attachment. That's your expectations. That's why you suffer. One more time. The only reason that people have the power to hurt you is because you place expectations on them. You're expecting them to be certain things for you so that you can feel happy, you can feel validated, you can feel appreciated, you can feel loved. And anytime that they don't live up to your little expectations, you punish you. Where's the wisdom in that? Where's the emotional intelligence in that? I'm just asking. I'm not asking you to do anything different. I'm just asking you, where's the wisdom there? Think about how hard it is for you to live up to your own expectations. Be honest with yourself. Think about how hard it is for you to live up to your own expectations. And then imagine you trying to live up to your expectations. And now you got a whole new set of expectations from this other people being piled on you as well. So if I'm busy living up to your expectations, how will I ever have time to live up to my own? Inquiring minds want to know. You become the most powerful person in the room when you don't expect anything from anyone. I want you to be exactly what you are. I'm gonna give you the game right now. Here's the game. Let people be who they are. Don't place expectations on people. Watch who they are. Because see, what you have to understand is that the truth of that person is not found in their words. The truth of who they are can only be found in their behavior. But when you have an attachment to this person, you cling to the word, not to the behavior. Let me tell you why you do it. You cling to the words because their behavior is out of alignment with what you want in that moment. So you reject their behavior. You suppress the behavior. You pretend not to see it. So you hang on to the word. Why? Let me tell you why though. Because their behavior is saying, I don't place value on you like that. Their behavior is saying, I don't really rock with you like that. Their behavior is saying, I don't really want this relationship like I did in the beginning. And because that's out of alignment with what you want in that moment, you pretend not to see that. You see the behavior, but you so conveniently pretend not to see it. And then you hang on to the words. See, there's a big difference between what I say and what I do. What I say will rock you to sleep. What I do will give you my truth. So I might tell you that I love you, but my actions and my behaviors don't align with that. But because you're not ready to accept that. See, the problem with most people is actually you don't actually have a problem at all. You have a reality that needs to be accepted. And you don't want to accept that reality. And nothing can help you until you get to that place where you're ready to accept that reality. You can talk to the therapist all day long. It's not going to matter. You got to accept the reality. Somebody said that's gaslighting. It's not gaslighting. You guys be careful with all these labels you guys come up with. It's not gaslighting. What that means is that I don't love me. It got nothing to do with gaslighting. What that means is that I don't have enough love for me to walk away from what's not loving me. It's clear. It's right in my face. I'm just not willing to accept it. The toxic behavior is in my face. I'm just not willing to accept it. The disrespect is in my face. I'm just not willing to accept it. But I'm walking around and I'm telling everybody about how much I love me. You cannot possibly claim to love yourself and love the person that's hurting you at the same time. Make it make sense. You cannot claim to respect yourself and cling to the person that's disrespecting you at the same time. Make it make sense. You're dancing with a great white shark right now. The best in the game at this. Ain't got nothing to do with gaslighting. This has everything to do with awareness. This has everything to do with the fact that you don't love yourself. And what you love is that version of you that you get to be in that relationship. That's what you love. You don't love you at your essence. You only love who you get to become in their presence. I'm telling you, no, it's not even about being single. It's about becoming self-aware. If you've got some unhealed versions of you that still exist, you're going to continue to attract people into your life that carry that same energy. The relationship was never designed to complete you. It was designed to reveal you. But you let someone trick you into believing that it's about flowers and romance and cupcaking and pillow talking and binge watching Netflix episodes. That's what you got tricked into believing. The relationship was designed to reveal you, to reveal the parts of you that you've suppressed over time. And in that relationship, you get to work on yourself. You get to work on yourself where it's safe. You get to work on yourself with someone that's not going to judge you. You get to, why? Because I'm reflecting you back to you in the relationship and you're reflecting me back to me in the relationship. That's what makes it synergistic, but it's a safe environment. There's no love on the planet greater than the love that someone gives you when you feel safe in their energy. You got tricked into believing that it was about, oh, let's go to dinner and let's go to the movies and walks on the beach and let's cupcake and pillow talk. You got tricked. Nobody ever told you what the relationship was about. So how can you know what to get from the relationship if you don't even know what a relationship is about? You don't know what it was for. It was never designed to complete you. You walked in looking for someone to be your happiness. You walked in looking for someone to be your joy. You walked in, he's my everything, she's my everything. No, you are your everything. And what I can do is reveal. See, your friends reveal when you're strong. The relationship reveals where you're weak. This is how you become whole. My friends reveal my strengths. My significant other reveals my weaknesses. But the difference is that they don't punish me for all of my mistakes. They don't punish. I'm talking about in a healthy relationship. I'm talking about in a toxic relationship. I'm not talking about toxic relationships. I'm talking about healthy relationships. That's what it's all about. So if you don't know what a relationship is about, you think it's about romance. You think it's about holding hands. You think it's about binge watching Netflix. Oh, let's go to the movies. Let's go out to dinner. Those are all the byproducts of the value that you guys bring to the moment. That's secondary. The relationship was about you revealing, that person revealing you to you. Why? Because there's so many versions of you that you haven't dealt with that person is going to trigger. They're going to trigger certain versions of you. The problem is, due to our programming and conditioning, you think that the person is nagging you. No, they're revealing where you're showing up weak. They're revealing when you're showing up small. They're revealing when you're not going hard for yourself. That's what it was all about. That person is going to bring to the surface everything that you need to work on. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with you getting bored after you want. That's hedonic adaptation. It's hedonic adaptation. We get bored with things when we don't grow. We get bored with things when our partner doesn't grow. You keep waking up being the same person every day, of course you're going to get bored with that person. Y'all need to turn the self-awareness up. When a person triggers you, it's the greatest gift that you will ever receive in the history of your life. I said the greatest. You living out of your programming and condition right now. You're going off of society, what society told you triggering means. When a person triggers you, it's the greatest gift that you will ever receive. Why is it the greatest gift that I will ever receive, Coach? Because that person is revealing something in you that's hidden, something in you that you've suppressed, something in you that you've been avoiding. They're bringing that to the surface of who you are. Okay, that's why it's a gift. You've been programmed and conditioned to only focus on the person that triggered you, not what they reflected back to you. What they're triggering in you is what you need to heal. That part right there, turning heads, they're only triggering what you need to work on. And God put that person in your life because he knew that you weren't going to do it. You weren't going to do it on your own. History had shown that. You kept avoiding this and running from that and showing up small here. So he said, oh, I got a way. I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you in a way that I know you won't miss it. I'm going to add someone to your life that in your mind you think is perfect. They check all of the boxes on your mental checklist. Boom, here I brought this person into your life. Now this person that you're getting ready to fall in love with is getting ready to reveal everything that needs to heal in you. And hopefully you will care about this relationship enough to start working on yourself. That's what it was all about. It was never about the person. It was about what the person was reflecting back to you. But again, when we only look at the person, when you just getting caught up on the person, you allow your anger. You become. What do I say all the time? What you respond to, you become. What you react to, you become. So you were so busy reacting to the person that you never got the lesson that the person was trying to reflect back to you. Triggering is the greatest gift that you will ever receive. It's the greatest gift that you will ever receive. Why? Because again, it brings to the surface what you need to heal, what you still need to work on, what you've been suppressing over time. If all you want is people around you that reflect where you're great, then you'll never become the most powerful version of yourself. When you can walk through life and nothing triggers you, then you know that you are healed. If you're walking through life and things are still triggering you, then you got some things you need to work on. That's why self-awareness is so important. Yeah, you've been programmed and conditioned to think that triggers are bad. Triggers are the best thing that ever happened to you. Because if not, how would you know what you need to work on? You got some things that happened way back in your childhood that whether that was a bullying situation, somebody did something to you, whatever the case may be, things that you suppressed over time because you've been so busy adding people to your life. You've been so busy jumping in relationship to relationship. That's what's happening. So that person triggered you, whether it was a friend, that person at the coffee shop, that person at your coworker, it doesn't matter who the person was. I can't trigger you if you're healed. Because if you're healed, that means that you're already whole and complete. That's why self-awareness is so important, because it's going to bring you to that place where you work on all of the different versions of yourself and you understand how you became that version of you. And then you can make peace with that version of you, and then no one else has the ability to trigger that version of you. But if you never work on yourself, then you'll just keep running from yourself. Which means that you'll keep attracting all of these toxic people into your life, because you're going to become an energetic match for every single person that you add to your life. So when you don't do the work on you, just understand that the person that you're getting ready to add to your life hasn't done the work on themselves either. Which means that that person is going to project all of their wounds onto you. That part right there. Yeah, we don't understand that. See, what we don't understand is that the most important things in life are actually not things at all. I said the most important things in life are actually not things at all. Peace is free. Belief is free. Kindness is free. Compassion is free. And most importantly, love is free. But these are the very things that not only our world is missing, these are the very things that most people are missing in the relationship. How are you not getting it from the relationship? What does it cost your partner anything? I said peace is free. Kindness is free. Belief is free. Love is free. All free. But you got a whole relationship with this person. You think the person is gaslighting you. First and foremost, you have to give those things to yourself. Because if you're not willing to give those things to yourself, then the toxic person in the relationship is you. Because you showed up to the relationship being a version of yourself that's not willing to give you what doesn't cost you anything. And because you weren't willing to give it to yourself, the person wouldn't give it to you either. They're going to become an energetic match for everything that you're not willing to give you. That's why the most important relationship you will ever have in your life is the one you have with yourself. If you don't have a 5-star relationship with you, you'll never have it with someone else. Ever. You are the standard. You got people walking around in a relationship right now. You got a whole human being. 2 individuals in this relationship. One more time. Kindness is free. Peace is free. Love is free. Happiness is free. And you mean to tell me you wake up every single day next to a person that won't give you what costs them nothing? That's what you're telling me with a straight face? But we want to blame the other person for being toxic. What about the version of you that wakes up every single day to someone that was not willing to give you what doesn't cost them anything? You want to blame this person for being toxic. No, the toxic person is always the person that accepts less than they deserve. The toxic person is always the person that doesn't speak their truth. The toxic person is always the person that shows up pretending. The toxic person is always the person that shrinks in the moment and that walks on eggshells. That's the toxic person. Because you transform into some different version of yourself so that you can cling to this person. You became toxic in that moment. You were a liability to yourself. You were no longer the asset in your life. You weren't an asset for God. You weren't an asset for you. And the only thing you valued in that moment was this relationship. That was it. You were willing to transform into some lesser version of yourself so that you can hang on to this person. Live in your truth. I'm just asking you to live in the truth. You were willing to show up small so that your relationship could look big. But we want to call the other person toxic. I'm accepting less than I deserve, but you're toxic. I'm tolerating the disrespect, but you're toxic. I'm showing up small, but you're toxic. I don't speak my truth, but you're toxic. I'm just going to look at you. I ain't got nothing to say. If your goal is to conquer the world before you conquer yourself, you're not going to end up conquering anything at all. I said, if your goal is to conquer the world before you conquer yourself, you're going to end up not conquering anything at all. You gain mastery over the relationship, just not yourself. You gain mastery over the job, just not yourself. You gain mastery over what's happening with the people on social media, just not you. If your goal is to conquer the world before you conquer yourself, you're going to end up not conquering anything at all. You're going to lose all the way across the board and you don't realize it yet. When the only thing you needed to master was you. We all got tricked. We went out trying to master relationships and master people and master popularity and fame. And we want success. We want all of these things. All of that's wonderful. But if I don't have the asset that creates all of that, man, I'm in trouble. You don't see that? What good does it do me to know how something else works if I don't know how I work? What good does it do me to know how my job works if I don't know how I work? What good does it do me to know how my kids function when I don't know how I function? I'm the asset. I'm the one that created it all. I'm the tree. Everything else is the fruit. The kids is the fruit. The relationship is the fruit. The job is the fruit. My car, clothes, jewelry, all fruit. When did the fruit become more important than the tree, man? I said, when? We walking around here putting all of this focus and energy on the fruit. Think about a real tree. Come on, walk with me here. Think about a real tree. If you walk up to a real tree right now, there will not be a single apple on that tree that is more important than the tree itself. That tree don't give a damn about that apple. The apple is lucky to have access to the tree, not the other way around. But not for human beings. Oh, no. Not for human beings. We allow our fruit to control us. We allow our fruit to disrespect us. We allow our fruit to abuse us. Just come on, man, make that make sense to me. I said, make it make sense. If it doesn't make sense in nature, it shouldn't make sense in your life. Think about a tree. You walk up to any fruit tree in nature right now. That tree does not care about how many apples you pick. Doesn't care. Because it understands that it's the value. As long as you don't touch the tree doesn't care. But not when it comes to people. You got all of this protection all on the car. You got all of this protection on the house. You got all of this protection on all of these things going on, but no protection on you. We'll show up small in a relationship. We'll tolerate the disrespect. We'll shrink in the moment, not speak our truth, not show up as the most powerful version of you. What version of you is that God created? God didn't create that version of you. Man created that version of you. Not knowing who you are is what transformed you into that version of you. God is looking at you like, that's not what I created. You too busy being what the world wants you to be versus focusing on what I need you to be. So I'm going to let you go over here and keep bumping your head, keep chasing people, keep running after these people, keep being everything that they need you to be, even though their life is in a mess. That person doesn't know any more than you know. They create their own problems. They create their own drama. They create their own stress. They create their own depression. But you got this person on some pedestal. There's only one pedestal in your mind. And the only thing that should be on that pedestal is me. You got this person on the pedestal where I belong. That's why your life is out of alignment. That's why your whole life is out of alignment right now. We lose focus. I tell you guys, motivation isn't something you lose. Focus is something you lose. And you lose focus the moment that you place anything above yourself. You lose focus the moment that you place any person on some pedestal where God belongs. You lost focus. You didn't lose motivation. You didn't lose inspiration. You lost focus. You forgot. You let the world trick you out of your play. I got one powerful relationship in my life. That's my relationship with God. Everything else is an extension or the byproduct of that relationship because everything comes from that relationship. You don't have a single thing in your life that's not coming from that original relationship, but somehow, some way, we'll start adding people and adding things to our life, adding a career, adding this. Coach, I don't have time to work on me. But you got time to work on the thing that the asset called you created. Make that make sense. Coach, I don't have time to read, but you're the asset. How do you not have time for the asset? You only got one asset. It's you. It's not the stuff you own. It's you. Everything you own is an extension of the value you bring to the moment. You are the asset. It's the only thing you should be taking care of. Because as long as you have you never lose anything. As long as you have God, you never lose anything. All these other things can be lost. Never lost nothing a day in my life. I don't lose things. As long as my relationship with him is intact, I lose nothing. The moment that I'm disconnected from him, I've lost everything. It's gone. Relationships in trouble, because see, we don't understand that if God is not at the center of your relationship, you don't have anything. That's your attachment. That's your need. That's your desire. That's what the relationship is built on. It's built on your needs. It's built on your desires. It's built on some experience that you wanted to have with this person. It's built on some story that you created in your mind regarding who you think they are. That's what the relationship is based on. And that's why the relationship usually falls apart. Because God was never at the center of the relationship. This person was. He's my everything, coach. She's my everything. They complete me. But I'm already complete and I don't realize that. If you're not enough on your own, you will never be enough with another person. I said, if you are not enough on your own, if you need to add people to your life in order to feel like you are enough, you will never be enough on your own. Because the moment that you entertain the thought that you were not enough, you had already convinced yourself that you're not. Assumption, belief, experience. You assumed it, you believed it, You created the experience, not because God punished you, not because reality was punishing you, because your lack of self-awareness punished you. Let me ask you a question. In your opinion, what do you think is the highest form of self-love? Highest form of self-love is what? Respect, authenticity, I like that. Discipline, I like that. I actually love that. Consistency, take care of yourself, I love that. Submitting yourself to God, self-respect, I love that. Speaking your truth, ooh, I love that. Dying to yourself, ooh, that's somebody that's self-awareness right there. That's self-awareness language right there. Peace, I love that, Doc. Acceptance, ooh, I love that too. Compassion, great one. Self-control, how you treat others. Well, you said something when you said that. Filling my own void. You said something when you said that. Unconditional, yep. Gratitude, let me give it to you. Let me give it to you. Put your seatbelts on, put 3 of them on. Strap in tight. Self-preservation, strap in tight. Love, income. Here we go. It's detachment. Detachment is the baddest boy walking. Nothing can touch detachment. Nothing on the planet. Take God out of the conversation. We ain't talking about him. I said there is nothing on this planet that can touch detachment. If you were to take Mike Tyson, Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan, and every other person named Michael that's ever achieved any level of greatness, they wouldn't be 1% of what detachment is. Not 1%. I'm telling you now, detachment is what makes you the strongest thing on the planet. Attachments control you. Detachment means nothing has the power to control you. Nothing outside of you. One more time, take God out of the conversation. Nothing outside of you has the power to touch you, to harm you, to disturb you, to block your peace. Nothing. It means I'm affected by nothing. Detachment represents your highest and best self. And attachment equals ego. So I just want to make that clear. An attachment equals ego. All of your attachments are ego-driven. That's why self-awareness is death of the personal ego. That's why it's the first thing that you have to let go of. Because when I let go of the ego, I simultaneously let go of all of my attachments, because all of my attachments are created by my ego. So anytime that you're attached to something, you're living through your ego personality. That's what's hurting you. Watch this. If you need a certain person to be in your life in order to feel loved, that's an attachment. If you need to have a certain amount of financial abundance in order to feel abundant, that's an attachment. If you need a certain body image or certain weight loss in order to feel attractive, That's an attachment. If you need a specific car, house, jewelry, or clothes in order to feel successful, validated, or good enough, that's an attachment. And what you're doing is you're signaling to the universe that you need these things in order to feel important, in order to feel confident, in order to feel attractive. I need these things so that I'll feel like something. Never realizing that you are the one that manifested all of these things into your life to begin with. Just think about what I'm saying. Just look at your life. Everything that's in your life right now is only in your life because you either created it or manifested it. You are the value, not the thing you've created, not the thing you've manifested, just you. The relationship is there because of you. The kids are there because of you. The job, you. Clothes, you. Car, you. How did these things ever get on your level? And I tell you guys this all the time. You can save every baby in this country. You can end every war in this country. You can feed every hungry person in this country, and you will never be on God's level. I don't care what you do, you will never be on his level. The same thing applies to your life. Anything that's in your life should never be on your level. And especially it should never be on your level when it has the power to stress you out, has the power to get you to show up small, has the power to cause you to not love yourself. But you've added this thing to your life. You're the creator of it. Make that make sense. How is the relationship stressing you out when you manifested the relationship? Make it make sense. How is there anything in your life in this moment? Just put yourself in park for a second. Let's just slow down for a second. Everything is there because of you. That's a diamond hard fact. That's not a play on words. It's not bumper sticker talk. Everything that's in your life right now is only in your life because of you. Which means what, coach? The value is me. I can never take my eye off of where the value is coming from. But I don't know how we manage to do it. We give the value to the relationship. We give the value to the job. We'll give the value to all of the things that we've created, but not the thing that created the things. Got to have a whole mindset shift here. Because when you don't place high value on you, nothing in your reality will place high value on you. There's not a single thing in your life right now that can exist without your permission. Not one. So if they're a toxic relationship, you're giving it your permission because you're giving it your energy and attention. That person that's disrespecting you, you're giving that person permission because you're giving them your energy and attention. Nothing in your life, nothing in reality can exist without your consent, without your permission. The same way that you can't be here without God's permission. There's not a single thing on this planet right now that's here, that's not here without his permission. He signed off on all of it. And no matter what you do in life, you will never stress him out. No matter what you do in life, you will never cause him to spiral into depression. No matter what you do in life, you will never cause or create his unhappiness. And the same thing applies to you. Nothing in your life should be creating your unhappiness, should be creating the depression, should be creating anything when you are the creator of it. You're not the creator of all reality. You're just the creator of your reality. So what's the first step, coach? Become a master at removing what no longer serves you. Become a master at removing what no longer adds value to you. Period. Because you can't claim to love yourself and love the thing that's hurting you at the same time. You can't claim to love yourself and you're clinging to the thing that's disrespecting you at the same time. There's some falsehoods here. Somebody's not living in the truth here. You either really don't love yourself or you love the thing that's hurting you more than you love yourself. It's one or the other. One more time. So if you need a certain person to be in your life in order to feel loved or happy, that's your attachment. If you're not happy on your own, you will never be happy once you add this person to your life. If you're not enough on your own, you will never be enough once you add this person to your life. You cannot solve an internal problem from an external perspective. You keep trying to add people to fill the voids that are happening in you internally. You won't be able to do it that way. Because the person can only add or enhance to what's already there. What they can't do is create what's missing. You're looking for the person to create what's missing in you. They don't have that power. There's not a person walking on the planet that can create what's missing in you. You've got to go back and look at your life. This is why self-observation is so important. You've got to go back and look at your life and from a self-observation perspective and see what's blocking love's presence in your life. What's blocking happiness's presence in your life? What's blocking joy's presence in your life before you start adding all of these people to your life? What's causing you to not give yourself these things? Because the person that you're getting ready to add to your life is going to be an energetic match to that version of you that has made the conscious decision to not give you everything that comes free to you. Does that make sense? Detachment doesn't mean that you own nothing. Detachment means that nothing owns you. Come on, you got to wake up on this one. Come on, you got to take the elevator all the way up with this one. Detachment doesn't mean that you own nothing. No, go get everything you want. Go get it all. You want 100 houses, go get 100 houses. You want 1,000 Rolls Royces, go get 1,000 Rolls Royces. What you go get doesn't concern me. What I'm saying to you is this. Detachment doesn't mean that you own nothing. It means that nothing owns you. It's that place where you become the greatest version of yourself and you understand and you realize the only thing that owns me is God. Everything else gets to experience me. The same way when you go to the ocean, you get to experience the ocean. You don't own the ocean. When you go to Mount Everest, you get to experience the mountain. You don't get to own the mountain. See, you got to understand that when you become something so powerful, when you are the masterpiece in your life, when you are a reflection of everything that God put in you, people are going to want to possess you. They're going to put you in some cage, put you on some pedestal, take you off the market, as they call it, because they don't want anyone else to have the experience of you. But then they don't give you everything you need. They don't give you everything that you desire. They don't give you everything you want. They just don't want anyone else to have you. And sometimes when we're not loving ourselves, we'll give ourselves to people. When we're not believing in ourselves, we'll give ourselves to people. When we're walking around feeling lonely and all of these things, you just give yourself to people because you haven't discovered who you are. The moment you discover who you are, you won't want to give yourself to anyone because you're going to understand I'm already owned by someone. I belong to God, not people. People get to experience me. That's it. And be lucky to have that. I belong to God, not people. People are confused. People are still unhealed. People are operating out of their programming and conditioning. People are still operating out of their ego personality. And you may get lucky once you become the most powerful version of yourself, when you win the relationship lottery and you find someone that's self-aware just like you, that doesn't want to put you in a cage, that doesn't want to put you in some box, that's not trying to control you and tell you everything that you need to be for them so that they can be happy, which is what most relationships are. Truth is knocking at the door. That part right there, I belong to God, not people. I'm too powerful for that. I belong to him, not people. But that's the realest thing that I could ever tell you. That's the truth. Everything belongs to him. People get to experience you. That's your job, to create and build the experience called you. That should be a 5-star experience, but you've been giving people minimum wage prices for a 5-star experience. That part right there, Anne-Marie, you got to know that. People want to take you off the market while they're trying to figure out who they are. Now, you don't get to figure, I'm not a test pilot here. You get to test me out while you figure out who you are in life. That's exactly what's happening. That person sees it. See, let me tell you, that's why dancing your dance is the most important thing. Because as you're moving through life and you're dancing your dance, see, you were created. Here's problem number one. I'm going to tell you the real problem with relationships. I'm going to tell you the real problem. The biggest problem in the world. I'm going to tell you right now. We were created to give love, not to seek it. The moment you go out seeking love, it's because you weren't giving it to yourself. That's why you went looking for it. You went looking for something that you were already in possession of. We were created to give love, not to seek it. And as I'm dancing my dance, as the fully self-aware version of me, as I'm dancing my dance and I'm moving through life, what does dancing your dance mean? It means that I'm showing up to the moment as the most authentic version of me. It means I'm showing up to the moment as the most powerful version of me. It means I'm showing up to the moment as the most fearless version of me. I always speak my truth. I never tolerate disrespect, but that's a two-way street. I give it as well. I don't want anything from people. I don't place expectations on people because I already understand that I am everything. I'm on a two-man team. It's me and God. And the combination of us both creates everything in my life. I can never put him on the back burner. He's always at the forefront of my thinking. He's always on that pedestal in my mind. The carpet in my mind is white. Snow White. So he can take his shoes off and walk through my mind, because that's how he communicates with me. Through my mind and through my heart and through my consciousness. I got to keep that clear, which means I can't keep focusing on what happened yesterday. I can't keep reliving and reactivating my wounds. I've got to focus on who I'm becoming, not who I've been. That's what the focus is. And as I'm dancing my dance in life, I become such a beautiful dancer that other people are going to want to see me. And when they see me, they're going to want to give me the love that's in them. And if I choose to accept that, wonderful. But I wasn't looking for it. You find everything you want in life when you're not looking for it. When you're looking for it, it's because there's something empty in you. It's because there's something missing from you. That's why you're looking. Because you were bored or you were lonely. But when you become self-aware, you're so busy growing. You're so busy changing, evolving, and transforming that you're not looking for people like that. You're not hungry. It's like when you go to the supermarket. If you go to the supermarket and you're hungry, you're going to buy all of these things that you really don't need. But when you become self-aware, you're full. You're full of unconditional love. You're full of happiness. You're full of joy. You're full of belief. So when you go to the supermarket, you're not buying just everything. You're only buying what you need. And that's a great metaphor for life, because as you're moving through life as a self-aware version of you, you're not just adding any and everyone to your life, because you understand your value. You understand that this person can only enhance what's already there. I'm not looking for an enhancer. I don't need an enhancer. What I need is someone that can add an incredible amount of value to my life. What I need is someone that can meet me in the penthouse of who I am, not down in the lobby of who I used to be. One more time, detachment doesn't mean that you own nothing. Detachment means that nothing owns you. Just imagine getting to that place mentally, emotionally, and spiritually where you're moving through life that way, where you understand, I belong to God. I don't belong to these people. These people get to experience me. And the reason why they get to experience me is because the experience of me is so powerful that it has the ability to unlock people. Because my greatness is on display to such a degree that I can inspire others to want to be great as well, just by being in my presence. I love myself unconditionally to such a degree that I encourage other people to love themselves. I show up as the most authentic version of myself to such a degree that I give other people permission to be their authentic selves. And then every relationship becomes beautiful. Lack of self-awareness is why people love Bob. You should know that. You've been with me too long to not know that. Too long to not know that. One more time. There's only people that are self-aware, and then there are those who are not. It's very simple. Don't complicate it. The self-aware person will never hurt you. The self-aware person doesn't place expectations on you. The self-aware person isn't looking for you to be anything for them so that they can feel whole or complete. The self-aware person understands who and what you are. They understand what you are connected to, and what they would never do is disrespect you, because to disrespect you means that they are disrespecting God in that moment, and they would never do that. Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do, because the person who lacks self-awareness will love bomb you, will diss you, will disrespect you, will hurt you, will project their wounds onto you, and all of those other things. So you only got two types of people in life: people that are self-aware and those who are not. What type of people are you bringing into your life? Because if you're not self-aware yourself, you're bringing someone in your life that's not self-aware. If you haven't taken the time to become self-aware yourself, you're only attracting someone that's an energetic match to what you are, that should scare you or ignite you. Anything that you're not willing to give yourself, just understand that the person that you add to your life will become an energetic match for everything that you weren't willing to give yourself. They're going to become a reflection of what you weren't willing to give yourself. Just understand that. Before you go racing out to go find that next person, just understand that everything that you think is missing in you, you're going to meet it in this person. Just understand that. Once that honeymoon phase of that relationship wears off, once all of the let's talk on the phone all night, all of that wears off, once the reality of the relationship kicks in and you meet the real version of them, they're going to be an energetic match for everything that you are in this moment. One more time, that should scare you or ignite you. You don't meet what you want, you meet what you are. You can want this person all day long, this dream person that you have in your mind. That's not what you're going to get. You're going to get what you are. We don't get what we want, we get what we are. So when you become the most powerful version of yourself, just understand that that's what you're going to attract. It's a beautiful thing. But if you haven't put in the work on you, one more time, what you avoid controls you. So anything that you're avoiding, just understand that you're getting ready to attract that into your life. Let me say this real quick, because this is important. That part right there, Moni, that part right there, that part right there. Let me say this, because this is important. Explain what specifically. That part right there, love, let them know. You meet what you are. You meet exactly what you are. What you are is what you meet. And damaged people attract other damaged people. You know, unhealed people attract other unhealed people. Again, you don't attract from the version of yourself that you pretend to be on social media. You attract from that version of yourself that you become when no one else is around. That version of you that decides not to love you, that version of you that doesn't get out of bed, that version of you that's always moody and unhappy, that version of you that doesn't show up for you, that version of you that shrinks in the moment. That's who you attract. That's what you're attracting from. Not who you pretend to be when you're with your friends or you're out at the club and all of these things. Because when you show up pretending, guess what? That person that you meet, they also show up pretending. So you got two people in the relationship pretending. And then at some point in time, all of the pretending is going to stop. Why does the pretending stop? Because that person can't keep up that facade. They don't have the energy to keep that up. Now they start to see your flaws. Now they start to see your weaknesses. Now they start to see your imperfections. Now they start to see that all of the things that you sold them in the beginning, you're not really those things as well, which gives them permission to slowly start letting who they really are out of the bag. Here I come. But I've already tricked you into falling in love with me. So now you've got the version of me that exists in your mind, and then you've got the reality of me, and they don't match. The story that you sold in your mind about who you thought I was and the reality of what's showing up in your life in that moment doesn't match. And that's why you're confused. See, we're not stuck in the relationship. You're just afraid to let go of what's familiar. The relationship has become familiar to you. See, but when you don't love yourself unconditionally, you won't mind when the other person doesn't love you either. When you don't respect yourself full time, you won't mind when the other person doesn't respect you either. When you're not showing up for yourself consistently all the time, you won't mind when they don't do it. That's what I mean by you being an energetic match. Look at all of the things that you failed to do for yourself and just understand that that person that you're getting ready to add to your life is going to be a reflection of that version of you, not the version of you that pretends to have it all together. Truth is knocking at the door. Let me say this real quick before I get out of here. That part right there, somebody said that's why you need God. That part right there. But it's the one thing that person isn't looking for. The person isn't looking for him in that moment. The person is looking for someone to fill that void. The person is looking for someone to create in them what's missing. The person has convinced themselves that this person can complete me. This person can be my everything. Never realizing and understanding that the love that you experience in the relationship doesn't come from the person. If you haven't discovered that yet, you in trouble. If you still think that the love that you experience in the relationship is coming from the other person, you're in trouble. That's self-awareness 101. If you haven't gotten there yet, you're in trouble. Everything comes from you. But not to the person that lacks self-awareness. They don't understand that, which is why you turn every person into your life, into your attachment. I'll explain on another day because I got to get ready to get out of here. My students know this. My students know that probably more than they know anything. You only experience you, but nobody's ever told you that. You think you experience any other person. The other person can only unlock what's already inside of you. You're never experiencing anything outside of you. Everything outside of you gives you permission to unlock what's already there. That's a diamond hard, universal truth. It's not my opinion. That's a universal truth. Everything outside of you, that's how powerful you are. Everything outside of you only gives you permission to unlock what's already there. And I'm going to tell you what's beautiful and something you may or may not have realized. This is self-awareness, highest level right here. What we're all chasing is a feeling. You didn't realize that. I don't give a damn what you chasing in life right now. Whether you think you chasing money, whether you're chasing some relationship, whether you're chasing some position at work, whether you're chasing this or that. This is how powerful you are, and no one's ever told you this. Every single person on the planet is chasing a feeling. You want this relationship because you like the way you feel when you're in the relationship. You want this new house or car because you like the way this house or car is going to make you feel. You're going to feel more confident. You're going to feel more successful. You're going to feel more fill in the blank. You want that promotion at work because you like the way that that's going to make you feel. It's the feeling that things give us that we're chasing, but you put all of your focus, energy, and attention on the thing itself, on that promotion or on the relationship or on the car or on the money. You want that $1 million because you like the way it's going to make you feel. You're going to feel more successful. You're going to feel accomplished. You're going to feel like you've made it. You're going to feel like you're somebody. But wait, the money did not transfer a single emotion over to you. Not one. Nobody hooked you up to the money and there was this transfusion of emotion going over to you. So what happened when you attached and you added that money to your life, or you added this person to your life? You attached meaning to them. And when you attached meaning to that thing, it unlocked what's already in you. The money did not give you the feeling. The meaning that you attached to the money gave you the feeling. The relationship didn't give you the feeling. The meaning that you attached to that person being in your life unlocked what was already in you. Nothing comes from outside of you. Everything comes from the meaning that you attach to it. Everything comes from the story that you create in your mind about that thing. You need to understand how you work, or you will continue to give your power away. You'll give your power away to the relationship. You'll give your power away to the car. You'll be a slave to the money. You'll be a slave to that promotion at work. You will be a slave to anything you don't understand. And I'll put the car in park right there. You are a slave to everything you don't understand. Come on, Tara, that part right there. Master you. It's the only thing you got to master. No, you guys are welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome, you guys. You're welcome. Tavares, my brother. What's going on? Real quick, my name is Jordan Williams. I am a dancer. Dance that part right there, Stacey. I love it. Sonny, hey, Sonny, what's up, mama? So good to see you. My name is Jordan Williams. I am a certified life coach. I specialize in self-awareness and self-mastery, just helping people to become the greatest, strongest, most confident, and most powerful versions of themselves. I teach strength. I teach power. You know, I teach people how to unlock the greatest versions of themselves. We don't do disrespect on this platform. We don't tolerate things that we shouldn't be. We don't sign up for things that are out of alignment with who we are and with who we are becoming. You have to understand that nothing is more important than your mindset. Nothing is more important than the attitude that you put behind that mindset, because your mindset creates your reality and your attitude determines your altitude. And the combination of the two becomes creative force. You have to transform yourself into creative force, where everything you touch turns to gold, where everything you touch, you are able to manifest that particular thing. Every thought, every idea, you're able to bring that thing and make that thing a part of your reality. That's what it's all about. But before you can do that, you have to understand that you are both the problem and the solution to your life. You gotta understand that. All of your problems you create. You're thinking yourself into fear. You're thinking yourself into doubt. You're thinking yourself into worry. You think yourself into depression. You think yourself into all of your limiting beliefs. It's all coming from you. Everything that you experience, all of your suffering is a byproduct of your thinking, not reality, not the present moment, just your thinking. Because your problems don't exist outside of you. You don't have a single problem outside of you. Like, reality is neutral. So what I need you to understand, everything in reality is neutral, and you're in a synergistic relationship with reality right now as we speak. What does that mean? Reality needs you and you need reality. Because reality is neutral, it needs you to give it meaning. And when you give it meaning, you create the experience. Whether you give it a positive meaning or you give it a negative meaning, you're creating it all. Okay? So you're in a synergistic relationship with reality right now, whether you realize it or not, because you give meaning to everything in your life. You create stories about everything in your life. And when you do that, you create and generate the emotion. Reality doesn't create or generate your emotions. God doesn't do it. Your significant other doesn't do it. Only you. And so the moment that you master your mind, you master your life. That's the whole purpose of self-awareness, is so that you can gain mastery over, not only over your mind, but you can gain mastery over everything that's happening around you, so that you don't show up. You're not looking for external validation. You don't need people to believe in you. You don't need people to choose you, because you understand that all of those emotions are in you, and people only help you to unlock what's already in you. No one adds anything to you. There's not a single person that can add value to you, because value is what you already are. There's not a single person that can enhance your greatness, because greatness is what you already are. It doesn't need to be enhanced. It's already perfect. The only thing that you have to do is get your thinking out of the way. Get the meaning out of the way. Stop attaching negative meaning to things and then creating the negative experience and then wondering why you're not the most powerful version of yourself. You keep fouling yourself out of the game. How are you going to become the most powerful version of yourself when you create the fear, when you create the doubt, when you create the depression, when you create the unhappiness? How are you going to do it? Because you've got your programming and conditioning, and any time that a reality doesn't align with your programming and conditioning, you punish yourself. So you got all of these goals, all of these dreams. You got affirmations everywhere. None of that matters when you are sabotaging your own life. Think about what I'm saying. I accomplish every goal I set out because I understand that meaning comes from me. So if I'm the most powerful version of myself, and I am, why would I attach a negative meaning to something which is going to cause me to lower my vibrational frequency, which is going to cause me to be out of alignment with all of the opportunities, which is going to cause me to be out of alignment with God, be out of alignment with love, why would I do that to me? But that's exactly what the average person is doing. You're waking up every single day creating your own suffering, no one else. And you feel justified in hanging on to your suffering because, due to a lack of self-awareness, you think that your feelings are being created by what's happening outside of you. That's the tragedy. If ever there was one, it would be that. You seriously are convinced that your feelings are coming from what's happening outside of you, whether it be your circumstances, whether it be that person that passed away, whether it be that relationship, that person that walked out of your life, what's going on at work. You think that your feelings, so you feel justified in hanging on to the way you feel, never realizing that everything outside of you is neutral. I didn't say some things. I said everything. Nothing in reality comes with some predetermined meaning. Nothing. Not one thing. So, Mindset Masters. If your goal is Mindset Masters is a community that I've created with some other coaches who are mindset coaches as well. And our purpose and our mission is simple. Bring self-awareness to the world, because it's what we need. It's what we need more than anything else. We need self-awareness. People don't understand who and what they are. And if I don't have a deep appreciation for who I am, how can I possibly appreciate who you are? How can I value who you are if I don't even know the value of myself? How? So that's what the community is all about. It's a community of like-minded individuals, but more important than anything else, you're going to learn mindset mastery. You're going to learn self-awareness. You're going to learn emotional intelligence. And I'm talking about from a self-awareness perspective. You're going to become the greatest, strongest, and most powerful version of yourself. And also inside of this community, all of my live streams are archived inside of the community. I've got a podcast going on inside of the community that we never market or anything like that because it's exclusively for the community. I write every single day. I feed my community. And some of the lives that have been impacted and some of the people have transformed and becoming coaches and content creators and all of these other things, life coaches, because not only is the information that powerful, but the community is that powerful. It's taken on a life of itself, and it's the fastest growing community on social media right now. So if your goal is to become something greater than you are in this moment, if you know that there's something, some calling, something that you are supposed to be doing that's bigger than you are, if you've been showing up small, not speaking your truth, you're struggling with depression, you're unhappy more than you're happy, the community is for you. And the only thing that you have to bring to this community is a burning desire, because burning desire is the one thing that connects you from where you are to where you want to be. If you have desire and you have the right information, it's game over. No desire with the right information, you don't go anywhere in life, which is why most people aren't successful. They have the information, they just don't have desire. And if you don't have desire, you don't have anything. So if you bring the desire, I'll marry the information to your desire, and the combination of those two becomes creative force. That's it. That's all you need. So type me in the comments. And also real quick, this book, my book, The Secret of Awareness, How Powerful Are You Ready to Be? The book is a bestseller. It's a game changer. So when you guys get signed up inside of the community today, you'll get a free copy of my book. It'll come in ebook format. So type me in the comments if you guys are ready to take me on as your life coach. Understand that I'm a force multiplier. Understand that excuses don't build empires, so I'm never going to give you one, and I don't want you to give me any. My goal is to help you to become the greatest, strongest, and most powerful version of yourself. That's one assignment that I can't afford to blow, but that's also one assignment that you can't afford to blow. You can blow all types of different assignments. Don't blow that one. Don't blow that one. So again, type me in the comments. So all you guys have to do is somebody pin the link up to. Yeah, showing up small is too expensive. And real quick, you guys, so the community is literally $1 a day. Yeah, Tara, do me a favor and pin that real quick. The community is $1 a day. It's $29 a month, no contracts, no obligations. It's the best $29 you're ever going to spend on yourself. It's almost... So what you guys want to do is hold that link down, copy and paste that link. Hold it down for a few seconds, put that link in your browser, and then it'll take you to the sign up page. Once you guys it'll take you maybe a minute and a half to get signed up, and then you guys are ready to go. That's all you need, $1 a day. Who would have known that $29 can change your entire life? We spend $100,000 on the house. We spend this amount on our education. We spend this amount. Most of you guys still have student loan debt. We spend all of this money on cars, clothes. $29 will be a greater investment for you than anything probably that you've spent money on. I can guarantee you that, because what's more important than you becoming self-aware? Nothing. Nothing. I would trade everything I own for who I am in this moment. Because who I am in this moment can recreate everything that I own. Everything that I own can't create this version of me. So I lose nothing. I lose this version of me. I lose everything. Destiny, you almost finished with the book? Ah, yeah, Fearless Mindset. Yep, Fearless Mindset. Fearless Mindset next, Destiny. Now remember, you have to apply the formula, Destiny. It's 5 times 5. It's 5 times 5. 5 times with the book, 5 times with the Fearless Mindset. But you're oscillating between the two. So once you finish that book, Destiny, then you jump into the Fearless Mindset. Read the Fearless Mindset from cover to cover, and then go back to the book. Why is that important? Because who you are going to be on the other side of reading the Fearless Mindset is going to be a different version of you mentally, emotionally, and spiritually than the version of you that you are right now, which means that you're going to gain a totally different perspective on the book. The book's going to hit you different now. You're going, oh, damn, I missed that. And there may be something that you've read 3 or 4 times, but it just hit you that day. Like, ooh, I really caught that now. That's why that's important. That part right there. Yeah. Quanta, you need the fearless mindset. The combination of those two, whoo! The combination of the fearless mindset with the book, it's disrespectful. I'm not gonna lie, it's disrespectful. But you got to do the formula. The formula is what's really unlocking people. So you read the book cover to cover, sit it down. Obviously, not all at one sitting, right? You're just reading it cover to cover. Boom. Then you're gonna jump into the fearless mindset. You're gonna read that cover to cover. Then you're gonna go back to the book. When you go back to the book that second time, it's gonna hit you different. When you go back to the fearless mindset for your second Passover, your second reading, it's going to hit you different as well. And as you're going back, so let me say it this way. Once you read that book for that fifth time, in the fearless mindset for that final time, that version of you, if I could sit that version of you down with the version of you that you are in this moment, that version of you will run circles around who you are right now. It would be embarrassing. It wouldn't even be a competition. It would be embarrassing. Like it really would. Just your understanding, right? And again, the book is not something that you read, it's something that you become. You don't study self-awareness, you just become it. So that way it's just a normal everyday, it's just who you are. Like I am self-awareness. It's not, I don't study it, I'm just it. I've embodied it mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, so I don't, there's no thinking involved. You want it. It's like your name. When somebody calls your name, you just respond. You don't have to think. And that's how you want it to be with self-awareness. You don't want there to be any thinking involved. There's just certain things. So you're going to always be moving toward what waters you, and you're going to move away from what drains you once you become the fully self-aware version of yourself. And you won't even do that without thinking. You'll just say, and you won't feel any type of way about the person. You'll just understand that this person is not awakened yet. And whatever they're projecting onto you in that moment, it's not something that you need to take personal because they're already dealing with something internally. What that person is giving you in that moment is the energy they are carrying. You should feel empathy in that moment, not anger. The person can only give you what they are in possession of. Let me say it to you this way. I want you to imagine. Just imagine, walk with me, especially for my students right now. Walk with me. I want you to imagine that you're in a Starbucks right now. Okay, just picture yourself in the Starbucks. You're in the Starbucks right now. You just ordered your coffee. There's no lid on your coffee. You just ordered the coffee. You're getting ready to go sit down and study. And as you turn around to go back to your table, someone walks past you aggressively and they bump you so hard that you spill all of your coffee. Now, you didn't spill the coffee onto the floor. You spilled the coffee onto you. They're walking past you and they hit you so hard that the coffee spilled onto you. Why did you spill the coffee? Let me see where you are with your awareness. Why did you spill the coffee? Okay, somebody said because you didn't get a lid. No lid. No lid. Wasn't paying attention. No lid. No lid. Nitro said wasn't aware. No lid. A lot of no lids. Okay. Let me give it to you. I need you to turn the awareness up. That part. You spilled the coffee because the coffee was in your cup. You spilled the coffee because that's what you were carrying. Had you had tea in your cup, you would have spilled the tea. Here's the point not to be missed. When reality bumps up against you, and it will, what comes out of you? Does anger come out of you? Does hate come out of you? Does rage come out of you? Does love come out of you? Does peace come out of you? What's in your cup? Does unconditional love come out of you? What's in your cup? There's something in the cup right now. You are carrying something, just like at the Starbucks. Now you spilled the coffee because coffee is what you were carrying. So we get that. But what are you carrying right now? Because reality is going to bump up against you. People that lack self-awareness are going to bump up against you. People that are in pain are going to bump up against you. People that don't love themselves are going to bump up against you. What's going to come out of you when that happens? That's why self-awareness is so important, because when you have self-awareness, you're moving through life with the lid on. So nothing spills. I'm unconditional love. I'm whole and complete. And I'm looking at the person and I don't blame them for what they try to project onto me. I understand it. I used to be them. They are only a reflection of who I used to be. And what God did is he sent that person into your life in that moment to show you, look at how you've grown. Look at how you didn't react. Look at how you didn't blame. Look at how you didn't become a reflection of the situation. I'm so proud of you in this moment. You have made it. You have arrived. Nothing spilled out of your cup. That's what I'm saying. That's where self-awareness is trying to take you. You're moving through life with the lid on. All right, stay prayed up. I will see you guys tonight. We're going live inside the community tonight. So I will see you guys tonight. Remember, stay